for Gucci.
All right. What was another topic we wanted to discuss? I forgot. It's on the list, but I forgot.
What list?
I have a list.
Let's talk about lists.
I mean, I'm kind of an expert on lists because
Are you an expert?
I make a lot of them.
You do make a lot of lists.
Yeah.
So welcome back. Episode 2.
Hey,
Maybe.
it is 2.
Episode 2. New topic for the confused and uninformed. I might be the confused one.
You decide.
You decide.
You be the judge.
And we're here in our home. This is our home. We live in the Pacific Northwest. I'm Kevin. This is Rachel. And we're gonna talk about things. And our topic today, same day as the cat episode 1, as you can tell by our garb, is lists.
Is it?
I don't know.
No. We have a list. But I didn't look at it. No!
No.
New game, I guess. Cat climbing on our ghetto
Precarious.
AV equipment setup.
Where's the list?
On my phone. Which is being used to film you.
That's right.
Well, we could talk about, so one of the items on the list is transportation, like
Oh, yes.
air travel.
Mm-hmm. How does that work?
We went, like, how did we go from, like, where did it start? So, like, walking, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We'll just start with walking.
Yeah.
I think that's running.
Mm-hmm.
What are some other ways to...
Crawling.
You could crawl.
Crab walking.
You could crab walk.
Yeah. Wonder what the first person who just did that was like, look at me go. And then they were just crab walking.
Bear crawl.
Do you think they were treated as a witch?
Cartwheel. What if you cartwheeled everywhere?
Cartwheeled everywhere you went. Yeah.
Somersault.
Skipping, I hear, is like...
Hey, skipping is fun.
It's like the way to go.
Yeah.
Because it's very quick way of travel.
Yeah.
With little energy.
Yeah.
If you skip
Talk to your
properly.
doctor first, but definitely try skipping.
No. Just do it. Live life dangerously.
You know what? I pledge to skip places more often.
Don't worry, guys. I'll get it on video.
We should skip around the neighborhood.
Yeah, why not?
We like to take walks around our neighborhood. It's beautiful outside.
Yeah.
And
nice day.
lots of trees. And,
Lots of trees.
and bald eagles.
It's a little bit wintry. Yeah, bald eagles.
It's a tidbit.
It's brisk.
Yeah, tidbit brisk.
It's brisk iced tea outside. Shout out.
It's crispy. We're not sponsored by Brisk.
Shout out to Brisk.
We could be.
Nah.
Someday.
Man, I used to drink a lot of Brisk as a kid. Like a whole lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the plain? Was it lemon only, or did it have...
It had a lot of sugar in it, that's for sure. I think it was lemon.
It was nasty.
Yeah, it was real bad.
I like iced tea.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I should make some.
You should.
I like Arnold Palmer's.
Oh, man, delicious.
Difficult to say, easy to
Arnold
drink.
Palmer.
You just ruined my...
Arnold Palmer. That's how you say it, right?
Yeah.
Arnold
I
Palmer.
was trying to be profound.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Rewind.
Arnold Palmer. Difficult to say. You did it again. Arnold Palmer. Difficult to say, easy to drink. Brought to you by Brisk.
Nestle, the most evil.
Hey. Calm down.
Sorry, Nesta, if you want to sponsor this, we totally love it.
You're right. Let's not talk about that. We're talking about unimportant topics.
That's right.
Remember?
Unimportant topics.
So for anyone who doesn't know or didn't watch our first episode, first of all...
Or read the description.
Why? We're two experts talking about unimportant topics.
Yeah.
Of which we know very little.
It's true.
But anyways, walking, crawling, crab walk, cartwheel, skipping. Running
backwards.
Backwards running.
Oh man, that adds a whole new thing. It's like...
That's actually really hard.
It's like regular and switch.
There's something that we do in...
I'm really trying to keep... So we have two cats. I'm trying to keep Teddy busy. Or Tommy busy, or he's just going to destroy everything.
Our cats are... they're both lords.
They're
knights.
They're young.
They're knights. I always forget.
Tommy is less than a year, and Teddy's almost
Sir
2.
Thomas Rathew Beans, James of Connell, and then Teddy, Sir Theodore Danzig of Connell.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we give cats these names? Because they go to important parties without our... Well, I mean, we're not there for them. But they go to these parties and they need to be able to be properly announced. So we... What?
Nothing.
Is it because I'm being serious?
Who knows what cats do at night?
Besides get the zoomies.
They are...
You know what?
Nocturnal creatures.
I know that we already were...
That's why they sleep all day.
This is like a reprise from episode 1. Not the Star Wars movie that never happened. But anyway, maybe when they get the zoomies, they are actually traveling time in a way that it locks them in a different dimension while they're in the zoomie zone.
Mm-hmm.
The zoomie dimension.
Yeah.
And they're actually going
Not to be confused with Zoomies, the skateboard shop.
Correct.
Yes.
We're not sponsored by Zoomies, the skateboard shop. Anyways, that's enough with that tangent. Zoomies is another form of transportation, but it's for cats and dogs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
But so I know riding horses.
Transportation.
That is another form.
Yeah.
And then, but did people start riding horses first, or did they ride elephants first,
or pigs?
Do people ride pigs?
Yeah, people have ridden pigs in history.
As a practice, or just
Yeah, I believe so. I'm pretty positive. Now, when I write this one down to put on the screen, I'm pretty positive there are medieval depictions of people riding boars or pigs for travel.
That's really strange.
Cows, bison.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. Donkey. Well, yeah, donkeys.
Yeah.
Jesus rode a donkey.
Yeah. What about giraffes? You think they rode giraffes?
I don't know, but that sounds cool.
It'd be pretty rad, wouldn't it? It'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
I wonder if that comes up on the mic. I guess
think it's picked up. Yeah, we'll find out.
I don't know.
Is it creaking door noise? Why did the skateboard take so long to become a transportation device? Think about that.
Formally? Well,
yeah.
Okay, I don't remember what I was watching, but I know that there were kids.
It's like the 40s here.
Who put... What was it, a Braille video? There are kids who had crates, and they put roller skate wheels or something.
Yeah. That's how the original skateboard came about.
On the bottom of the crate, and then eventually they took the rest of the crate and left the board.
Yeah, well, they actually used to make those crates into scooters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they were basically.
Yeah, yeah, the first scooters. And then they got rid of those. Yeah, they got rid of the bar and they got rid of the box and just kept the plank. It was like the first skateboards.
Roller skates.
Yeah.
Were roller skates before skateboards?
Yes.
What about...
Because the original idea of the roller skate came about from a guy who took bicycle wheels and attached them to shoes.
Like big ones.
Like pretty big wheels attached to shoes.
So bicycles came before skates.
Yes. I wonder why that.
And then, so, okay, timeline.
Walking, running.
We've got
skipping.
walking and skipping.
Obvious.
And running. And
Yeah.
crab walking.
Crab walking.
And any other like...
Handstand walking.
Any other leg... Any other like body positive...
Yeah, just cartwheeling.
Movement.
Roly-polying.
We can just roll that into one category.
Yeah. Physical movement.
Yes. And then we've got animals riding on animals.
Yeah.
Of some sort.
Yeah. Not animals riding on us.
And then, well, there are some animals that ride on us.
Well, yeah.
Like on the
Parrots.
shoulder, like a parrot.
Pirates. Yeah, pirates for sure.
Tommy, sometimes when he's sitting there, like doing like this kind of stuff, he makes me think of like Clifford, the movie with Martin Short.
Oh yeah,
a great movie.
It's been a while, huh?
All right.
Horses.
And people riding on animals.
Yeah.
Also, people carrying other people on like poles and stuff.
You think that came? Yeah, that was before chariots and all that stuff, right? People just carrying other people around.
I don't know.
Right? Or was it like a status symbol where they were like, everybody's got a cart. I'm not using wheels. Pick me up. Or was it carry me over there? Status symbol. Oh, there's a wheel. Let's put that on that thing that you guys carry me around with, and then just slap a horse on the front of it. Which one came first?
I wasn't listening. Shoot.
Marriage.
No.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Everybody.
I'm just kidding. I mean, think about it though. Like, what did come first?
Well, that's what we're
being pulled by an animal. Without wheels.
Riding on one.
Without wheels.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Or with wheels, and then getting carried by people, or riding on a cart. Like, was it a status symbol to get carried, or was it a status symbol to be in the cart?
Probably being carried first.
Mm-hmm. It came first. Right? Like Pharaoh was probably carried around before he... Xerxes. Oh, yeah, right? Yeah. Like, didn't they show that in 300? Like, he just rode on a massive platform that was on the backs of people.
Yeah.
I don't know, 300's not a historical document.
Sure it is.
Documentary.
It's a documentary. Come back with your shield.
Yeah.
Or on it.
That's right.
So then after, I don't know. Somehow we go like walking, running, crab walking, airplanes.
It's a natural progression of things. Airplanes.
So like.
We know who invented the airplane.
Cars came before airplanes.
Correct.
When was air travel invented or started or accomplished?
Who do you think?
Not who, when.
Do you know who?
I mean, Wright Brothers, North Carolina.
They are the historic,
First in flight.
yes, creators, the claimed first in flight. There are people who say, I believe, that the Chinese came up with it first.
What about Da Vinci's magic flying machine?
Yeah.
Oh, what about ancient aliens?
What about ancient aliens? Whole time, cats. Whoa!
No! Oh my god!
We saved it. We're here. We're here doing things. Man, this is gonna be.
It's fine. It adds to the charm.
It does, doesn't it? I want to say it was 18. 93 or something like that. The late 1800s. Or is that the 1900s? How did that all work? 20th century was the 1900s, right?
Yeah, because the first century starts at 0.
Exactly. So the 1800s would have been the 19th century.
Yes.
Yes. Boom. Got it. So that's probably one flight. Man, that took a while. When was the first car invented? Trains came before cars, right?
Trains were before cars.
That's an interesting
and trains
thing.
were before refrigeration.
Yeah, because they used trains to get ice to places
I remember
for food.
from watching Giant. The movie Giant that has it's about oil tycoons.
Oh yeah.
And it has I feel like Elizabeth Taylor is in it, but it's got what's the guy who what is his name?
British?
No, he's American. I think Luke Perry wanted to be like him. It's just one of those things where right now I don't know why I can't remember his name. He died in a car crash.
Fred Astaire.
That's a dancer. I mean, he was a movie star too.
Yeah, he was.
It turns out that
Fred Astaire.
a lot of actors actually do have multiple things they can do
Yeah.
in entertainment.
Well, they have a lot of time on their hands when they're not acting
Yeah.
to figure out other ways
Don't
to be
we all?
entertaining. Yeah, right.
He died in a car crash. James Dean.
James Dean.
Giant. James Dean. Anyways, they had a train,
Yeah.
and the train, they were like, we're trying refrigeration for the first time. And it was like ice blocks and cabbages or lettuce or something. And they pulled
My
the lettuce.
cabbages.
Yeah.
Shout out to those who know it.
They,
When you know, you know.
But anyways, they pulled out the lettuce or whatever, and they're like, it's rotten. And they were like, it's core memory.
They cried and they wept and they gnashed their teeth.
They shed tears. And then they shed blood.
Shed blood. Okay, so trains came before refrigeration. Did refrigeration come before cars? I wonder what spurred on the need for a car. The individual freedoms.
The United States is huge.
That's right. You're welcome.
This
A lot of people don't get it either.
this country is freaking
Huge.
huge.
The British would have never come up with it because they're okay with cars or without cars. They're okay with just trains because they have
They're
a small.
okay with bad cars.
They have a small country. That's true. Very true.
Garbage cars.
So bad. Yeah.
I think the Japanese and the Germans have the car thing figured out.
But yeah, now. I wonder how close they were to making cars.
Who?
The Japanese and the Germans. I mean, we made cars, right? America?
Well, okay.
Who made the
here's
first car?
something I don't know. This is why we're having this conversation.
Yeah, I wonder who it was.
But one thing I do know is that
It wasn't Russia. Because they're still having a tough time trying to make cars.
in Soviet Russia,
Car drive you. That's right.
Wow, my brain just stopped moving for a second. Buffering.
Does it constantly move? Does your brain just sit there and rotate?
Yes.
And then when it slows down.
No, it does like this.
Oh, okay. Mine just like.
My pituitary
shakes.
gland's hanging on by a thread. Just, just wafer thin.
Just wafer thin.
I'm trying to remember my train of thought.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about transportation
I know.
and cars.
Oh, I was thinking about Nazi Germany. So,
Who doesn't?
not fondly.
Dwight.
Wow.
Well, is that episode last night?
No. So,
go ahead.
Yeah. So, anyways, I know that like a lot of people don't like Volkswagen because it originated as a Nazi German
Yeah, the car of the
car, the people's car. Yeah.
people. Yeah.
Volks, that means people. Wagen is car.
People wagon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And regardless of how you feel about everything that happened at that time, those cars are awesome.
A lot of things came out of Nazi Germany that a lot of people would probably hate to hear. But sorry, guys. Well,
It's history.
They had a lot of things going on
Right. It really
during World War II.
Anyway, geez, there's a lot of camera jangling.
I'm trying to keep these boys busy.
And anyways, so we know when that happened.
Yeah. Which is?
1939 to 1942.
Close, yeah.
1938.
You're kind of in the middle ground between World War I and World War II there. It's like the 1940s. It's more World War II.
Yeah, 1939 to 1942. I'm almost certain.
Yeah. So when was World War I? 33?
I feel like it was earlier.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. 20s?
But I'm not sure.
I don't know. I only took World War I and World War II history in college.
I didn't.
I don't know why I did. Go ahead.
Because it's interesting.
It is interesting.
And those who don't learn history are doomed to repeat it.
That's true.
But anyway, we know that they were making cars at that time.
Correct.
So
yeah, because
that gives us a point in actual time.
It does give us a starting point. Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
And they also had planes.
True. Think about World War I. Did they have cars and planes?
Yeah.
Yep. What about before that?
Well, you have to define what you mean by before that.
Like the Spanish...
the Spanish Inquisition!
No. They did not have cars.
Did you expect that?
I did not. So let's keep going back in history. When was the first car? I'm going to say...
1830.
No.
1880.
No, I'm going to go like 1918. Such a small amount of time, isn't it? When you really think about it.
Well, I feel like technology's on some sort of log scale.
Oh, it is. We're just...
Tommy!
Skyrocketing.
Tommy!
You
Take
turkey.
a nap.
Yeah, right. Gotta give him some food. Yeah, I mean, especially when... Not to just go back to Nazis in World War II, but coming out of World War II, our technology boom was insane. Insane. Things just skyrocketed. I'm not saying it's because of Nazis. I'm saying it's because of, it's because of war.
War effort.
War has spurred transportation and technology
Right.
throughout all of time. That is...
And war is evil.
One of the biggest reasons for ingenuity.
Which is really strange.
Is this fight for survival.
Yeah.
For unnecessary war.
It's interesting and strange to think about how evil killing other people is, just in general. but also to get things.
Yeah. Well, you could just cooperate.
You could cooperate.
Yeah.
And also you could recognize that there are a lot of resources on this planet.
Yeah.
And many of them are renewable.
Mm-hmm. But we listen to people who tell us they're not renewable. And then we introduce stupid things into the world.
Anyways, this sounds like it might be an important topic. So I just want to segue out
of there.
Into something unimportant.
Transportation.
What was the thing we were talking about when we were driving to the airport and like it was just so funny? It was something about like how are planes?
Well, how are planes?
Don't mush your microphone.
How are planes?
How are they? How do they?
Do you think they're in a good mood all the time? Yeah. See, all of that is so weird. And I'm sure a lot of you out there would agree it's magic. Makes no sense.
Fast.
Yeah.
Wingy.
Yep.
Air. Fast.
Yeah.
Lift.
Yeah. Really think about, though, what is it that's pushing that up? It's this...
Speed.
It's
molecules.
It's molecules in space and time, right? Like we want to get real crazy, right? Aren't there there's this theory that you can just push your hand through anything, really?
Oh, the Pauli exclusion
principle.
It's an observation
it's crazy.
That basically says because electrons are going really, really fast, stuff doesn't pass through other stuff. Like solids don't. Solids stop.
Yeah. But what if you could stop them going fast?
Then you could pass through other things.
Could you physically?
But you might fall through the earth.
Could you physically make yourself slow down?
No.
That'd be weird, huh? Would you fall through or would you just float?
So that's that zoomies thing.
That's what cats and dogs do.
Cats are tapping into...
They can just do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, planes. Yeah. So they move fast and then really fast. And then you get drag, right? So you have to make them sleek because you couldn't just move like a building really fast and it could fly.
I mean, if you put it on a big enough trebuchet.
Is that flying or is that?
It's falling with style.
Falling with style. That's right. Yeah. Falling with style. Well, yeah, because there are trebuchet. You've seen those plane things, right? Where it's like a slingshot, but it's a plane, and you throw it
on a trebuchet.
Yeah,
or a slingshot.
Slinged glider. Yeah,
Sling blade.
That's right.
I like French fried taters.
I like your mouth.
What?
What? No.
Show.
I was trying to quote the.
I'm just.
You got a pretty mouth, I think is what it's actually.
No, that is not from Sling Blade.
No?
No.
What is that from?
Of Mice and Men?
What?
What? No. Sorry. Deliverance.
Deliverance.
It's from Deliverance.
Deliverance.
I'm sorry.
I've never seen Deliverance.
Neither have I. I just know that's what it's from.
She's never seen Titanic either, folks. Speaking of transportation, how are boats? Have you seen some of these aircraft carriers? There's one that's being taken to a scrapyard right now.
They just have to be able to
properly disperse their weight, right?
Yes.
To stay buoyant.
Yes.
If you look at some of these aircraft carriers, it doesn't make sense on how they stay afloat.
They have to be heavy on the bottom.
Yeah.
So if they're heavy on the top, they just go.
That's right. They go. But if you look at the aircraft carriers, there's got to be this like certain amount of weight.
Physics.
Where it doesn't. Physics I have no idea about because I didn't take physics.
Physics, properties of physics.
I mean, I took physics to an extent, but not actually took physics because I wasn't paying attention. But like, if you look at an aircraft carrier, it's like huge and flat here, right? But then it goes real thin. It gets real thin as it goes in there.
Have a heavy keel.
Yeah, a heavy center. Yeah, keel.
Yeah.
Wild. I can understand how some people don't like to go on a boat or into the water. I don't have a problem.
Even with your flippy floppies?
Yeah. People don't like it. That's another transportation.
Oh.
Flippy floppies.
Yeah.
I wonder when the first flippy floppies were invented.
Oh, well, they wore sandals and stuff.
No, I mean the water ones. Flippers.
Flippers?
Yeah, like flippers. When do you think the first flipper was invented?
Like the dolphin?
Yeah. Flipper. When were you invented?
Are we just playing like a word association?
That's our life.
Dan Marino!
It's a game. The game.
Jeez.
The game is from a TV show. That TV show was
Friends.
Real Housewives of New Jersey. Jersey Shore. Holly want a cracker.
Snooki.
Snooki. Totally forgot about Snooki. Shout out to Snooki. I wonder what she's doing now.
Probably twerking.
Yeah, she probably got like a family, right?
She might.
Who knows? Tommy's finally calmed down. It only took an hour. Ish. Why is my voice getting higher?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Airplanes.
Yeah. Rockets.
It's interesting that an airplane has its engine above its wings. Is actually an easier takeoff.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it's because of the power distribution coming from above. And then when you tilt your wings that are lower, it just like throws it up much higher and faster.
Cessna.
Yes. That's what drug runners use. They use planes that have engines that are back and above the wings instead of below the wings. 'Cause I think below the wings causes a more steady, stable flight. That's why you see that on like 747. Yeah, exactly. But little private planes, more agile, get up off of that. Probably why they can also land and take off from smaller airports.
Yeah. They don't need as much runway.
You don't see a lot of...
Every walkway is a runway.
You don't see a lot of private planes. I guess you do, right? There's got to be private planes that have engines below the wings.
I have no idea.
I don't think there are. You know what they need to bring back? Giant planes with propellers.
Propeller planes.
Propeller planes. Like the Spruce Goose. That's a big plane.
Yes.
It has propellers, right?
On The Simpsons.
Doesn't it have like 6?
Mr. Burns. There's an episode where he's in the hospital.
Yeah.
I don't remember why, but he carves out of soap, maybe, or something, an airplane, and Smithers comes in and he's like,
We'll
the
take the
Spruce
Spruce
Moose, hop in. And he's like, but sir, and then he's like, hop in, and he pulls a gun on him. And then he has also tissue boxes on his feet, which I think is the funniest thing in the world.
That's right. I remember that episode now. None of that recalled until you said tissue boxes on the feet. And then I got the recall of that in my mind.
Yeah.
My mustache is itchy. Little hairs tend to curl up and just itch your nose.
Dang.
Yeah. The struggles.
My mustache doesn't get into my nose, thankfully.
Get rid of it fast enough. I was just kidding. You don't have a mustache. That's another topic, huh? Facial hair. When did the mustache really make its... Do you think samurais had mustaches?